Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer and you're watching this thinking, Hannah, you look exactly the same as in the last video with the exception of what you're wearing, then that would be because I am filming this video straight after the last one because I'm clearly on a roll and I want to bank up some videos because as we get towards the end of this year, I'm going to get significantly busier with Christmas related things and I want a sort of stash ready to go. But before I get further into that, I will do a quick introduction to myself. So my name is Hannah. I am a historian and exhibition manager, and I absolutely love going to the theatre and reading and going to museums. That is part of what I do. And I started this channel basically to just have a place to chat about these things because I can literally chat for hours about them. So yes, I am currently trying to bank up a little bit of content because I want to keep posting stuff over Christmas, but I also want to start putting a bit more like prep time into videos. I want to do a little bit more research. My plan with this was always to do a bit of sort of theatre history and talk about some of the theatres in London and their histories and what they've shown and histories of some shows and things like that. And I generally at the moment don't have time to do that, so hence why we get these quite chatty videos, which I do love doing, and there will still be plenty of these as well. But I want to start banking some time so that I can start working a little bit harder on prep work for more in-depth videos, while also navigating the fact that it is Christmas and I add the extra pressure onto myself of making a lot of my own Christmas presents. So all that being said, what I want to talk today about is the theatre and some of the shows that I really want to see next year. So if you saw my theatre roundup of 2025 and saw some of the shows that I've seen, you will know that this was a really good year in terms of seeing theatre, and I was very, very lucky to see some really incredible shows. And I've already got a bit of a list forming of what I want to see next year. So I've got some shows that are booked, I've got some shows that have recently joined my, I don't know what you call it, in reading you've got your TBR list, which is your to be read, but this is my version of that for theatre. These are shows that I want to see, so yeah, we'll just say that. And yeah, some shows that I want to revisit as well, so some shows that I've seen before that I would love to see again. Those sort of always slip to the bottom of my priority list just because going to the theatre is getting more and more expensive, and even though I'm very fortunate in the fact that it's only me that I have to pay for, I love to go to the theatre by myself, I still sometimes just can't justify some of the prices that are being that tickets are being sold for. So the rewatches are now very few and far between, and I'm gonna place more of a priority on the shows that have a sort of limited run. So I'll go through those now, and if anyone has any suggestions of other shows they think I should go and see or has any thoughts on the ones I have seen, then let me know and we shall have a chat about it. I'm going to start off this video by talking about the shows that I already have booked. So far I have 2 shows booked for next year, for the beginning part of next year. We have The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, sort of towards the beginning of the year. That is a transfer from the Chichester Festival Theatre production, which I'm very, very excited about because I get to take my family this time and they will hear what I've been raving about for a year, so I'm sure they'll all be very happy as well that I don't have to just talk at them about this show anymore. And the other one is Beetlejuice, which I managed to get tickets for, so we're going to that at the beginning of summer, and that is another one that I'm very, very excited to see. I have been waiting for that one to come to the UK for a long time as well, and I think it's been a long time coming. I think that we've waited long enough for Beetlejuice, and I really hope that it sort of lives up to the hype that everyone's got. I'm sure it will regardless because the music is insane in that show, but I'm very excited about those 2. So the other ones I've already got booked, and recently a couple of shows have entered my brain as ones that I sort of am quite desperate to see. So the first of those is what I think will be this year's Olivier curveball, which is Paddington the Musical. Now, it's been a really, really strong year for musicals, this sort of Olivier period, because we had Great Gatsby, we had Evita, and now we've got Paddington, and I just really want to see it. I was a bit unsure on it until the photos came out, and then even then I thought, oh, maybe it's not going to be for me, and then the reviews came out and everyone is raving about it, and I've got a bit of FOMO that I will not be able to see it for a while because I think it's sold out for quite a while yet. I have no doubt that it'll have a really, really long and successful run, but I do really want to see that, so that is pretty close to the top of my wish list. The next one that I really want to see, and this falls into the category of show, not musical, this is a play, but it's one that I'm kicking myself over because it's been open for ages, and that is Stranger Things: The First Shadow. I am such a big Stranger Things fan, I absolutely love it. I've been counting down the days to this series since the announcement sort of came out. For a while I was sort of over it. I thought they've taken way too long to make this series. We've been it's been 10 years at this point. It started in 2016. I think I first watched it in 2017. I've got 2 degrees since it started, so there was part of me that was very jaded, that was like, oh, I'm done with it, I'm done waiting for it. And then I watched the first part of this series and it was amazing, and I think I've heard that there are bits that make more sense if you've seen the play, and I'm absolutely kicking myself that I didn't go and see it. There is no reason why I couldn't go and see. I mean, the tickets are pretty much sold out since the series came out. People are snapping them up like nobody's business. But there's no reason why, if I was feeling brave, I couldn't go down soon. And by soon, I mean a last minute ticket this Saturday. But London at Christmas is not for the faint of heart, and I just don't think I have a London trip in me at the moment. So I'll wait until the new year. But that is one that I think that's going to be a February trip. I like to have something booked in February, just because you sort of get through the new year and then you get through that lull at the end of January and you've got something to look forward to. So I think I'm going to try and book that one in because I just need to see it now that, and I mean, we'll have seen the rest of the series by then and we'll all have had our Christmas ruined by it, but that is, I'm pretty desperate to see that one. If anyone has seen it, let me know what you thought. I just really want to see it. The next show on my list is Operation Mincemeat. Now, this show has had the most incredible word of mouth since it started, and for some reason I've just not gone and seen it. I think it's on tour at the moment. I'm not sure when it's coming near me, but this might be one that I try and catch on tour rather than going to see it in London, because I'm not a fan of their pricing structure there, but I do really want to see it. It's one that I feel like I kind of have to as a historian and theatre lover. I feel like I'm in that sort of right in the middle of that Venn diagram of people who like history and people who like theatre. So that is another one I want to see in the new year. I think my main priority though is going to see Cabaret. I have major FOMO for this show because it's been going for a while now and there have been some phenomenal people in that cast, and every time the cast changes I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and pay the ticket prices, and I never do. And I think I'm just going to have to, because not that I think it's going to close anytime soon, but I don't want to run the risk of there being a closing announcement and all the tickets going out, selling out, and me never seeing it. But I do want to see that. I think that's one that I'm just going to have to take the loss on and pay the money and go and see it, because I know I'll love it as well. I know it's going to be worth the money. There's no show that I don't think is worth the money that I'm putting on this list. It's just I've got to sort of prioritise, and I don't know how Cabaret keeps getting kicked to the bottom of the list. But there we go. There is a pretty big revival coming to the West End next year, and as of yet I still haven't bought tickets. I'm thinking I'm probably going to, but I think I'm going to have to do it quickly. I started saying about revivals and then remembered another one, so I will talk about the bigger one first and then talk about the other one. But the one that's coming to mind is Jesus Christ Superstar with Sam Ryder playing Jesus. I am a massive Andrew Lloyd Webber fan. I love his musicals generally. Jesus Christ Superstar has never been one that has appealed to me, and I don't know why. I don't know whether it's sort of, I really don't get what it is. It's just never clicked. But I think this revival is going to be one of those ones, like I said about Evita in the last show, where you'll be sat in that room going, people are going to be talking about this for years. I think Jesus Christ Superstar is going to be that of this year. So I'm thinking I probably will buy a ticket. I know they're quite expensive. Annoyingly, I had pre-sale, so I could have got a cheaper ticket. I'm just going to have to have a look. By the time this video goes up, I may have ordered a ticket to Jesus Christ Superstar. But yes, that is one. The other revival that I started talking about was Avenue Q, which is a show that I genuinely never thought was going to come back to the West End. It just felt like it had been too long. And I'm so happy that it is, because my mum has been to see this show. I believe she saw it on tour, and I think she saw it as like an Amdram production as well. But she saw it when I was much, much younger, so I was like way too young to be watching Avenue Q. And I've always been a little bit gutted that I've never seen it. And it was announced that it's coming back, so I think I will be getting a ticket to that. I think my priority this year is going to be shows that are limited run. So any limited run shows that I think, even if I think I'm going to regret not going to see that, I shall be booking tickets for. I think that's the way it's going to go. Unfortunately, that does mean that shows that I want to return to, or shows with an open-ended run, are going to be sort of kicked to the bottom of the list. One of the shows that I want to go back to, I say go back, I've only ever seen it on tour, but I really want to see Phantom of the Opera in London at His Majesty's. Phantom of the Opera is my favourite musical. It has been since I first saw it when it was on tour. I think that was in 2013 or 2012 or 2013. And since then I've just been absolutely in love with that show. And it's what got me into reading the book, which is what got me into reading classic books, it was just a big sort of spiral of me loving this show, and it really sort of impacted me. Scared me to death, mind. We saw it in Cardiff in the Millennium Centre and were sat right underneath the chandelier when it exploded, so that genuinely scarred me. But I'd really love to see it again. I've not seen it in London. I've not seen the original production. I know the London one is now technically not the original because they had to make changes to it, but still, I would love to see it. I would also really like this year, and this is sort of going in towards like the theatre bucket list side of things, I would love to go back to Stratford-upon-Avon this year and go and see something else at the RSC. I went to see A Midsummer Night's Dream there last year and really enjoyed it. Stratford is one of my favourite places, and I actually solo travelled there. I say solo travel, I live in the UK, it's just in the UK, it's like 3 hours down the road. But to me that was like a big thing to check off, was like going somewhere and staying overnight by myself. And I had like, I've done it before, I've stayed overnight places before, but I've only done that at Jamaica Inn, which is a coaching inn where it's all very sort of self-contained and very safe. This was the first time I'd ever been to like a town by myself. So I would love to go and do that again because I know I can do it now. That was a real sort of like, you can do this moment. So I would love to go back and do that again. I'm not sure what's on in Stratford next year. I do get their emails, but I haven't looked in advance of filming this video, so I couldn't tell you what I'd want to go and see, but I would love to go back. And in that same vein, I would love to just go to more regional theatres. This year was the year I discovered Chichester Festival Theatre. I'd never been there before, despite, and unknowingly for 4 years before this, living really close to it, so I dread to think what I've missed in that time. But I would love to just go and see more and sort of keep an eye out on what's touring around on the more sort of local circuits as well. So yeah, if anyone's sort of Hampshire based and you see any good shows, let me know, because I will probably go and see them. This is a much shorter video than my last one, but I think that is good. I've still not really cracked what length of video works on here, so I seem to be flipping between 45 minutes and just about 20 minutes. So far my best video was, what did I call it? Monsters and Moomins, I called it, and it was about the Frankenstein exhibition and November in Moomin Valley. So I still haven't quite figured it out, but I just wanted to film this video mainly because I'm playing the long game. At the end of next year, hopefully I shall still be making videos, and I can look back on this one and see if I've been to see any of the shows that I said I wanted to go and see. I really hope that I can tick a couple off. I think I'm literally gonna finish this video and then go and check the price on Stranger Things and Jesus Christ Superstar. So who knows, like I said, before this video goes up, I might have two more things planned. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if anyone has any shows that they really want to go and see, leave them in the comments. Especially if you're not like super local to London, or if you're not UK based, I would love to hear what other theatre is happening around the world, because I don't know, I feel like a lot of YouTube theatre content is either very New York based or America based, maybe, or it's very south of England based, so very London, very sort of South Coast tours. And I'd love to hear more about what else is happening and where it's happening, and I can just sort of live vicariously through your theatre trips. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it if you did, leave a comment, and I will be back next week with another video. I don't know what that is going to be, and I don't know when it will be filmed. Potentially this weekend. But yes, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!